Alright guys, welcome to the video. Anthony Special here with Special Analysis. As I do every day, I just simply break down the trades that I look at, the trades that I identify, analyze, interpret, and provide expectations for, particularly the market that I am heavily trading these days. Alright, we look at the NASDAQ, the S&P, crude oil, and gold, because I've decided to intensify the size of my positions. I've decided to just focus on one market, the market that I've always traded, and that is light sweet crude oil. So the reason these videos are circulated around that, I'm providing the exact same for all the other markets. This is the one I'm putting my mind to work in. So, I'm giving you not only the perspective and thought process of a market analyst, but also as a trader as well. So, super choppy morning. I mean, just absolutely awful. But that doesn't mean you can't find an opportunity, be proactive about it, get in, take your profit, and be done for the day. So we had a high earlier in the day. You can see we pushed through, excuse me, right here. And at this high, we had a bunch of trapped buyers up here, okay? The volume got really, in the candle at this very specific level at 74.91. There were a ton of trap buyers. We had a nice finished high. And this is all identified in order flow. And we broke through any trap sellers that were stuck here. So to me, that checked a lot of boxes from an order flow perspective. So I was simply waiting, and I vocalized this out loud. I took this trade myself. I also know that some of my traders acted upon this trade. And it was very simple. A close below 74.75, right, should yield the following targets. So this candle right here closed below 74.75 by one tick. We had an expectation of 55 for 74.55 for 19 ticks. We had an expectation of 74.30 for 43 ticks. We had an expectation of 74.15 for 58 ticks. Okay? We had further expectations to the downside. The market did not follow through, and that's okay. Why? Because we understand, because I've taught this for many, many years, when the market offers you the opportunity to pay and protect yourself, you just do it, right? That's why we set multiple targets so that we can get in and start taking profit, moving that stop into the position. Because guys, let's face it, if we're not getting this elaborate trending market, we did yesterday in the NASDAQ, okay? But we're not getting that today. Today it's just chop city on all four markets. Right? This is the only trade that we identified, the only setup that we identified that had any integrity to it following through. And it did, all right? It doesn't mean that it couldn't have failed. It very well could have. But very clean and clear. Push below 74.75. These were the targets. 55, 30, and 15. Those were the three targets that got filled. Of course, I provided deeper targets based on higher time frame, volume profile, and things of that nature. But the reality was we didn't get there. Right? You can see the market from here basically reversed, pushed back up, made another slightly lower high. We're in the process of making higher lows. So the market is just chopping around. I mean, look at all the analysis. Right? This is all my analysis is hand drawn. When I come to the desk, it looks like that. That's it. Volume and price action. Because that's all I need, right? The drawing aspect is just for me to be able to reference very quickly to something that's already previously happened, so that if I'm looking to enter a trade, I can have a thought process that will surround, hey, we had a prior high here. Hey, we have a trend line here. Hey, we have a channel structure here. Hey, we have a high volume node here. Whatever it may be, okay? So I doodle my chart simply for my reference, okay? We have a reference chart that we look at, which is a 3-minute chart. What I trade on is typically a 5-minute chart. I will often reference a 1-minute chart, and I do all my higher time frame analysis on a weekly, daily, and 4-hour chart. Okay, so that's the big picture. I need to understand what's going on in the short term: 5-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute chart, and I do that because that's how I found over the years I've been able to read price action and volume, being able to put the pieces of those puzzles together. And that's what works fairly consistently for me, right? It may not work for you, and that's okay. The reality is I share these videos for a couple reasons. A, I want you to take something educational from them, because I wish somebody was providing me with some insight to what they were doing in their thought process without forcing me to buy something from them. Okay, that's not what I'm all about. From the second perspective, yes, I do offer an analysis service. What does that mean? I provide analysis, interpretation, and expectation for you from an educational perspective, and you may apply it to your trading however your heart desires. Okay? I provide that intraday live on the futures market. I provide day trading, swing trading, and position trading levels on also the futures market and the stock market and the Forex market and the crypto market. Okay? Why? Because some traders want a little bit of everything, and that's okay. So what I built was what I felt is a one-stop resource for your trading career. And what does that mean? It means that I'm a resource to help you along your career. If you have questions, you email me, you get an answer, right? Say, hey, I'm looking at Microsoft. Can you look at the chart and give me your perspective? Yeah, of course, right? Like, that's what I do. I keep my client base small, and I do that for a reason, because personal attention is important to me, right? I know whose wife is sick. I know who's building a house. I know who just put their dog down. Why? Because it's meaningful to me to have real relationships, okay? That's who I want to work with. I want to work with genuine people who are committed to the craft of trading and analyzing the market, and I want to get to know them. And the reason I want to get to know them is so that I can be of better service to them, right? Because at the end of the day, if I can't serve you, you don't learn. You don't learn, you don't grow. If you don't grow, what's the point, right? I don't want you to waste your money, nor do I want my time to be wasted, because it's very valuable to me, as your money should be valuable to you. But if you're looking for a resource, that's what I am, right? I'm not here to dictate to you what to do with your money. I'm here to simply provide analysis, interpretation, and expectation. It's based on whatever the market provides evidence on, right? The market provided evidence that we were going to go lower here. So what did we do? We shorted it, right? I shorted it, and I know at least one of my clients had shared, hey, listen, I did really well on that trade, okay? Whether all of them did it or some of them did it, it's none of my business, right? At the end of the day, it's none of my business. But what is my business is providing you with the best version of myself as a market analyst from a reference educational perspective, and as a trader to help you grow through the psychological and emotional hurdles, right? That's what I'm here to do. And if I can be of service, then you have the opportunity to join my traders. If I can't be of service, or you're not ready for this level yet, that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I will do this until the good Lord puts me in the grave and calls me home. So there's no rush, right? There's no urgency. And again, I'm only looking for committed people who are willing to say and understand, and this is where a lot of traders struggle, knowing when not to trade on days like today with the other three markets and even the balance of crude, knowing when not to trade is just as, if not more valuable than knowing when to trade, right? So when we get a choppy day, I don't want, I don't need somebody to get antsy and place a trade, because I'm expressing, hey, listen, the market's really choppy. This is the only opportunity that I potentially see. And then you start throwing darts at a random chart, right? Like, you're only going to hurt yourself. I can't control what you do on your side of the computer. All I can do is control what I provide for you. And my goal is to provide the very best of who I am as a market analyst, as a trader, to help you grow along your journey. So there's links below. Feel free to click that stuff. Consume the content. My email's there. Reach out to me. feel free to leave a comment. I will certainly respond to it. Also, beyond which, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so you don't miss the next video. And also feel free to like the video so more folks get to see it. Again, my whole goal from these recap videos to provide education and insight into my thought process as I'm approaching the market in a live setting with live money. And then also to say, hey, listen, I align with Anthony's approach. I want to use him and his service as a resource, or I don't align with Anthony and his approach. I don't want to use him as a resource. And that's okay, right? Because what I provide is not for everybody, right? Just like somebody else. There's a lot of discords out there and other things like that. I don't necessarily believe that a discord can give you the full and highest, value, because it could be delayed. Especially when you're trading intraday, you have to understand something. The market is changing every single second. So if I go, oh yeah, I like this level, whatever it may be, in 5 minutes from now, I may go, I don't like that level anymore, because the market provided different evidence for me to believe that this or that is achievable, right? And that's very hard to communicate that through a Discord, through a noisy chat room, through all those things. So for me, I like, and I think it's better for the client, a live session, right? 3 hours every single day. We navigate light sweet crude oil, the S&P 500, NASDAQ, gold futures. You can trade full contracts, micro contracts. You can paper trade. It really doesn't matter. But the whole purpose is to provide you with analysis resources, interpretation, expectations, and help you grow as a trader. God bless, guys. I will see you in the next video.